we reference a few times, and science really talks about this, that historically, the reason why we are hardwired to find and seek to maintain comfort is because, when we, thousands of years ago, when we were not searching for shelter or food, if we did not seek that, then it would be very likely to be killed by wild animals, very likely never to find food, very likely never to find shelter. So it was a struggle, and therefore hardwired in the Homo sapiens is the concept, I need to make sure that I find a comfortable shelter, that I find comfortable food, and so on and so forth. So it's hardwired into us.
But it's really old software at this point.
Exactly. The problem is that today we live in a very comfortable world, certainly as it relates to, what our ancestors were living through. But what's interesting, the other scientific point here is that there's a concept that's called comfort creep, which means what was comfortable, what was uncomfortable for us yesterday that we found comfort, now our ability to be uncomfortable becomes less and less all the time, right? Why is it that certain things that we are not accustomed to a year ago or 5 years ago, 20 years ago, that we were okay with 20 years ago, but now as we got more and more comfortable, we are no longer comfortable with things that we used to be comfortable, and that's what's called comfort creep. That when we find new places of comfort, what was yesterday uncomfortable is no longer comfortable for us today. It's important to realize that therefore what we're asking ourselves to do, and our listeners hopefully to be inspired to do, is to go against our, again, thousands of year wired history to seek comfort. Because certainly, again, while it is important, again, to have a comfortable home, to have food to eat, and so on and so forth, not seeking discomfort, not seeking to go against our comfort zone will limit us to the greatest degrees. And as we said earlier, will literally make it impossible for us to accomplish the purpose for which we came to accomplish. And I reference maybe one of my more favorite quotes from the ancient sages from the Talmud, and it says, "Lo yagata umatzata tamim," which means if you didn't work hard for something, if you do not push beyond your boundaries, and you think you accomplished, don't trust it, don't believe it. Yagata umatzata, if you worked hard and you pushed against your comfort zone and you accomplished, tamim, then you can trust that it's true, that it will be lasting.